We begin in northern Iraq with a series of major developments. There are reports coming in of possible U.S. humanitarian aid from minority groups trying to evade the advance of Sunni militants of the Islamic State. The Kurds of the north and Iraq also report airstrikes have begun. The Pentagon denies that it's the United States. It is not clear if there are continuations of Iraqi Air Force attacks going on. The Pentagon says warplanes are only providing escort protection for any possible aid drops. In addition, the UN Security Council, meeting an emergency session, has condemned the attacks by Islamic State militants. CCTV's Jim Spellman joins us from the newsroom with more on this dangerous and developing story. Jim.
Mike, as we speak, the United States has begun a humanitarian mission to drop food, water, and other supplies to trapped refugees in Iraq. Details are still emerging about the mission, but as this is happening, the U.S. is also considering airstrikes against Islamic State militants.
Trapped. Thousands of ethnic and religious minorities driven from their homes by Sunni militant group Islamic State, forced to a nearby mountaintop in northern Iraq.
Bring back the people, our families from Sinjar Mountain.
Islamic State fighters have surrounded the mountain, leaving those trapped with no way to escape. UNICEF estimates there are about 50,000 people trapped on the mountain, mostly Yazidis, a religious minority group.
They're on the mountains, they're on the sides of the mountains, they've got no vegetation, no cover, they're sleeping out in the open, they've got no food, no water, no medical supplies.
Now word from Washington that the United States has begun airdrops of food, water, and humanitarian supplies to support ongoing Iraqi airdrops, while the Obama administration considers airstrikes against the militants at the base of the mountain. But the White House is making clear U.S. troops won't be fighting the Islamic State fighters on the ground.
American military action in Iraq would not include combat boots on the ground. That is a principle that the president laid out at the beginning, and that continues to be true today.
The short-term goal of the airstrikes would be to push the militants back far enough to create a safe route off of the mountain and into the relative safety of Kurdish-held areas of Iraq, Mike.
I guess the question, Jim, is why hasn't the United States taken action like this sooner?
The U.S. has said that it wanted to see a new government in Baghdad that includes a new prime minister to replace Nouri al-Maliki before they would consider airstrikes. But this current crisis means they may not just have that time to wait anymore, as it seems to be getting worse and worse by the hour.
And when can we expect a decision from Washington?
No specifics yet, but a decision is definitely possible within the next 24 hours, Mike.
All right, we'll keep our eye on that one. Jim Spellman, live for us in our newsroom. Thank you.